Hello, everyone. This is your career engineer. Hello and welcome as we're coming into your space right now. Thank you for tuning in. It is 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I am Francina Harrison, your career engineer. I need to know that folks can hear me, so if you can comment in the box. I have some folks listening. I have my headphones on, so things are just a little different for me. I don't hear my audio bouncing back on me, but I do want to say hello and how are you, and welcome here tonight. And I'm going to give some information to you. I want to make sure we're boosting and giving you the information you need to boost your career, to boost your business. And I'm going to just be talking to you pretty much, you and I, tonight, because I had some guests we had scheduled to come on actually in California. I want to really hook up or share some things for you all that's out there in the state to make sure you get ahead of the game on certain things. Now, as I'm sitting here, I'm looking at my screen, but I'm also looking at another screen to make sure folks can see and hear me. So if you can hear me and see me, please let me know. We always like to do these sound checks, I guess, actually in the green room, but I'm doing them live with you here. But anyway, our focus today is on California. I tell you, I've got some resources, I've got some tips, I got some links I want to share with you all. Since I'm talking with you directly today, just you and I want to really share some interesting things I found out about this wonderful big state, but some other policies and stuff I want you to be aware of. I also have to share with you, I have a little checklist here, so I'm looking down at my notes. This is very rare, but I am looking at my notes to give you some things that everyone, no matter where you are, you can get empowered and ready to roll in your career, life, or business. If you have a career question, if you have a business question, we want you to either put them in our Twitter. Our Twitter account is Career Engineer, @Career Engineer. On my lower third right there, you see my Facebook page. You can even post them there. You can like our Facebook page. You can post your questions or comments. I'd love to answer some live questions here while I'm with you tonight. West Coast people, you're definitely on my heart and mind tonight, so we would love to answer career questions or business questions you may have while we're with you. Now, let me share this. We give ourselves about 45 minutes for these connectivity events, these global connectivity events, but my goal really right now is like 15 or 20 minutes to give you the stuff that you need. If there are questions or comments afterwards, we'll take them, but I really want to try to do something a little different tonight and see how much power and push-up punch we can get in 15 or 20 minutes. Your time is precious. My time is precious. Let's make the most of it and the best of it by giving what you need right now. So let me give you a couple of quick updates. First of all, let me give some shout outs. We thank you all, for those of you who are in our Facebook groups, our open Facebook group. We have a group called How to Get a Job that's open to folks on the West Coast, open to folks on the East Coast, open to folks all over. We want to give you those shout outs. I believe as I have someone monitoring questions, so again, if you want to post questions, we can definitely look at those, but I'll give a shout out to Etisha. I believe she is watching us from Virginia. I appreciate your support. We give that shout out. I believe she's commenting on the YouTube page. If you have a Twitter, a website, your blog post, if you have your LinkedIn, we are more than happy to give you shout outs, as I will be mobile around my Google space right here and other spaces so that I can give you shout outs, looking at our Facebook, looking at our Twitter, giving all that, because even though we're here for a short time together, I would like to make the best of it and to give you audio or push-ups or shout outs on your social media branding. Your social networking is so very important, and that's also what we like to do tonight. So here's a couple things that I want to just give to you really quick. For everyone, I'm going to focus on things for California. Did you know I found some of the best companies to work for in California? And I was pleasantly surprised by a couple of things. Who your number one employer is. I mean, really, I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't think you guys would do that out there in California, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. But let me give you a big announcement that's actually something that's pretty cool for us. Coming from a California company, actually, something pretty cool for us. You will be seeing this more, and we announced it a little bit earlier in our blog. Make sure you're following us in our blog. That's tcenow.com/capital TCE blogs. We're doing original blogging. Yeah, I'm doing it again, but I like writing. It's therapeutic for my mind. But let me tell you, we have become an official help out provider for the new Google Helpouts. We're pretty excited about that. You can get your career re-engineered by Google Helpouts, and we are a provider. In fact, you can go to Google, helpouts.google.com. Again, that's helpouts.google.com. And you can look at us, find us under education and career. So under education and career, which now, of course, Google is a California-based company, right? Mountain View, California. So we're pretty stoked and pretty psyched about that. What this will do for you and I is give us a chance, the same way you're looking at me right now, I can come in one-on-one in your home, anywhere in the park, I mean at the dog park, it doesn't matter where. I can help you re-engineer your career just like this, in the privacy of your own home, in the privacy of your own space, one-on-one, just you and I, one-on-one, like this by Google Help Out. So we're just so honored to be a provider. We have per minute rates and group rates. It's really cool. So we want you to definitely check us out. So if you haven't seen that new community by Google, helpouts.google.com. Again, Google is a California-based company. So helpouts.google.com. Again, we're under education and careers. And to our TCE Network Members Premium, we will have opportunities for other providers who can help others to be a part of that community if you're on my TCE list, right? Got to be on my TCE list. So that's a pretty gosh darn big deal, and we're pretty excited about it. So make sure you check this out. Again, I post it in my blog. I'm sure it's on my Twitter. It will definitely be on our Facebook account, our Facebook right here, Don't Get Anxious, before the end of business today, no doubt. Another thing for everyone who's listening to me, the sound of my voice, and, I think I'm getting ready to sneeze. Uh-oh, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. That's my first sneeze on a Google Hangout. Oh, well, hey, it happens. I was trying to hold it in to be savvy and cool, but, someone told me better out than in. So for those of you who know, I've been under the weather a bit, so for some reason, whatever just irritated me all week decided to show up as a sneeze. So my apologies. Let me take a drink, okay? That helped me out a little bit. But yeah, I've been a little queasy, but it's okay. But hey, my first live sneeze, so give me a push-up and a shout-out for that. The other thing I want everyone that can underneath the sound of my voice, career seekers, entrepreneurs, all of you, okay, particularly the small business owners, putting politics aside, and again, there's a great organization in California that's really spearheading this for you guys. You guys are pretty progressive out there in California, but putting politics aside, you have until March 31st to get your health care squared away through the Affordable Care Act. All right, putting politics aside, you have until March 31st to get health insurance under the Affordable Care Act. So healthcare.gov, go there, and even if you go to that website, healthcare.gov, that's for any American across the country. There's also a 1-800 number you can call as well, and you can go to the healthcare.gov and find that number as well, and call in your local communities. Still not sure who to reach out to. In my neck of the woods on the East Coast, the Urban League of Hampton Roads is a great resource. That's ulhr.org, and they are actually helping people to enroll. So I would tell you, in your state, in LA, there's a wonderful urban league. I know about Southern California more than I know about Northern California, but connect with the urban league in your backyard. Most of them are certified to help you get enrolled. You have until March 31st. After March 31st, you must wait until November. This is important for entrepreneurs as well as employees, because if you're a small business and you have no insurance, you're a mom and pop, you're a mini business, you are eligible to get some insurance. So put politics aside. That's my third time saying that, folks. I'm saying that for a reason. Put it aside. It's the law. You have an opportunity to get insured. So that's for everyone. You will see in our brand across the country, I will be talking about that. In California, there is something called the California Black Health Network, and we're looking to have them actually as a guest on one of my meetings here with you, one of my broadcasts, as well as possibly on the TCE radio show to talk about the things that they're doing in that space. They're pretty progressive and really making some national attention. They're open to all citizens of California, but particularly they have a passion for helping persons of color to make sure they are in the right places and spaces regarding the Affordable Care Act. Affordable Care Act. You can Google them, California Black Health Network, find out who they are and what they're all about, so you can get covered. Again, folks, Republican, Democrat, I don't care what you are. What I do care about is whether or not you have insurance or not. So Get with the program, get on that. So that's for all of us, okay? That's for all of us. Now, let's talk about this great state of California, and what I want to do is share with you some leads and some opportunities. Actually, one thing I want to do, remember this, Google the TCE Job Stop. That's all one word, TCE Job Stop. I'm going to look at my comment tracker here, see if we can find comments. Let's see. Oops. Something just dinged. Somebody just dinged me. If you're dinging me, let me know if you're dinging me. But the TCE Job Stop. TCE Job Stop. Remember that. Google it. It's all one word. I'm going. I'm working multiple things here. I saw. Actually, let me take it to the top of the game. I'm going to put this link here because I found a great source. In fact, looking at the top companies in California, California is like I think the 7th largest economy in the world. That state, your state, is the 7th largest economy in the world. And I tell you, they're progressive in the area of lots of things, but particularly definitely in the green scene. I mean, they're doing some things in the green and environment and energy that's kind of really before the rest of us. So they're doing some things over there, but they're also, have other things that they're doing over there in California. But one thing I always like to do before I start talking about individual job leads, I'm talking to the career seeker, career changer, and still the entrepreneur, because if you have goods and services to sell to the consumer market, because let's face it, an employed consumer makes the whole community a better place. The employed consumer makes the whole community a better place. When they're employed, everybody's happy, and that's just the truth of it. So I found it was funny. I mean, some top companies in California, and there was actually one that really made me think a bit because I couldn't believe that this was one of the faves. But actually, I'm going to tell you, what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to see if I can. I'm going to tweet this, I think. So remember, our Twitter account is Career Engineer. Let me tell you, based on this source, this is coming from doing some research, Fortune 500. You got 2013 stats, and you've also got some 2012 stats. But when I was looking at a company in California that has $245 million in revenue. I mean, $245 million in revenue based in California. And of the top, I think this is my top, this is a top 50. I have this is a top 100 list. So it's number one based on this source from this site here, $245 million in revenue. Do you think it's Apple? Do you think it's Google? You know what it was? This is really interesting. It's Chevron. I was shocked that it was Chevron. Like the, gas people. I thought like the whole gas thing was bad, in California. I mean, I know it's expensive as all heck, but I mean, you guys are so green efficient. I was just kind of shocked that the whole gas Chevron was making all that money in San Ramon, California. But anyway, I want to go see what kind of jobs. Like, here's what I do at my job search. I'm giving you guys a booster right now. When we're looking at jobs and thinking about where we want to work and all those things, I love doing research. Research is a big booster and tip, folks. Sitting at home and hitting your internet sites and sitting like this all day long is a killer. It's not going to do anything for you, so stop it. Just stop it. I don't care if East Coast, West Coast, stop it. What will work is for you to use this great tool called technology and innovation to do some research, to research who's out there, find the best companies, see how they're ranking in the right type of literature that's talking about the right type of things, okay? I mean, Forbes, CNN, Hoover's, all these, LinkedIn, oh my gosh, LinkedIn, a great site for getting your business intelligence so you can do some extra work to find out more about the companies you want to work for. So anyway, I found out, according to this source, which is Money Magazine, money.cnn.com, Fortune 500, California, and Chevron made all this money, and I decided to see what type of jobs Chevron has right now, like today, like right now, okay? First I find out who the players are, who the access keepers are, where the real A gamers are. Then I want to find out what they're looking for. You see how that works? You see how different that is from, oh my God, let me go to Career Builder and let me go to Let me find out who the A gamers are, who the players are. Now let me see what they want. So saying all that, I went to my handy dandy TCE Job Stop. Remember, all one word. And I'm going to put in my Twitter account right now as I'm talking with you. All right? So if you have to follow us on Twitter to get this list, okay? Here it goes. Follow me on Twitter, Career Engineer. I'm putting it right here. We're tweeting. Here are some top jobs with Chevron and Cali. Okay, putting that right. I love this. You see how we're all this in real time? And maybe the person that's, well, top jobs with Chevron in California. I'm saying that right now, okay? So this is all real lifetime. Putting it right there on my Twitter. There it is, okay? I put it there on my Twitter. So now, Career Engineer is my Twitter guide, so make sure you can follow it. So let me share this with you. There's over 8 pages of hot jobs with Chevron, Concord, California, Sunnyvale, California, Oceanside, California, Bakersfield, California, all the way from network engineers. There's even a cashier job, okay, sales associate, let's keep it real, from the beginning to the top dogs, all happening now. Network field engineer, my goodness, terminal manager. What more can I do? Research chemist. All you chemists out there, Chevron is hiring in California, okay, Los Angeles even. All right, so, and as I'm looking through this, remember, what did I do? What was unique that I did? I did some due diligence. I used innovation and technology, found out who the A gamers were, found out what the wild people were, went to find out what they're looking for. That's a different way of sourcing some wonderful leads. It even, so I put this all out here. So my point is, and look, there's even capital project scheduler. So business degrees, engineering degrees, science STEM degrees, customer service. Come on. The opportunities are there. The flip of the original question I was asking, again, remember, found via gamers, found out what they're looking for, used my handy dandy TCE job search tool called the TCE Job Stop to see what they're playing and what they're looking for, found out all these pretty cool jobs in California, Southern California. The next step would be to see, hopefully, that my brand is so effective and so wow and so amazing that when I find a way to connect what I have to what they want, a wow factor happens. That's a booster. That's a real life tip that can really change the game in our career life or business. Very important. So again, follow our Twitter account, Career Engineer on Twitter. Our Facebook, Don't Get Anxious on Facebook. I'll put that same thing there in a hot minute so people can have it, and just to see what's happening in live right now. Again, based in California, we're focusing on California, but the very tips I'm talking about to you right now are real. They're things you can use no matter who you are, what you have, or what you bring. Just starting, or, hey, you're top of your A game. You are the one that gets the high dollars. That's what we're talking about here. So, but also what I want to do, hold on. Remember, I'm multitasking here in cyberspace. Not only did I find out that was number one, the second was Hewlett-Packard, number 3 was McKissick, number 4 was Apple. Unbelievable. Wells Fargo, Intel. Found out some other things. Did you know, also, I was doing this research on the great state of California using these great technology worlds that I didn't know Luminosity was in California. In fact, I didn't know it so much that I went to see what they were hiring for. And my goodness, I was pretty impressed with some of the things they're hiring for. So I'm gonna tell you this link right here. In fact, I'm going to take this link that listed these top 50 jobs. Okay, California. I am going to take this link, and then the links are right there. Broadcom, Dole Foods, Visa, URS. IT jobs, customer service jobs, all of them. They're listed, these companies, okay, I'm focusing on companies right now. These companies are listed right here. You can click the link, you can get a little bit more intel about them, and then take the name of that company, Luminosity, Ross Stores, Avery Dennison, Franklin Resources, Spectrum Group International, Apple, Google, Facebook, those kind of companies. Put them in a TCE job stop. Just see what Apple is hiring for. You will be pleasantly surprised of the opportunities that are sitting there or waiting for you to go for them. But I can't echo this enough that if you don't have the wow factor in your brand, it's going to not happen. You've got to get that wow factor, okay? You've got to have the wow factor. And, that's what it is. You've got to have the wow factor. So I want to make sure we're all getting this. So what I'm going to do for a minute, I'm going to pause for a second. I'm going to look at my handy dandy, my other tool, right? My handy dandy tool, and I want to see. I'm getting a lot of pings on certain things going on here. I'm trying to stay caught up with it. And I want to thank Randy Holt, COO, for retweeting. us today. Randy Holt, I appreciate your Twitter power. I'm giving you a shout out. You can find him. He's at Randy Holt, COO. Push up. Way to go. I'm loving that. Thank you for your sharing. We had another Twitter person. Let me get to them. Because, I love, you guys know how much I love Twitter, right? So this is why this is so live. I want you guys, the people that I'm shouting you out to, I want you to check them out and support them and see what their tweets are all about. Make some connections. Let them know you heard about them on this TCE broadcast. And you know what? Now my phone's not moving as fast as it should be. There we go. Randy Holt retweeted me. Randy Holt, check him out. Biz Marketing, we thank you for your tweet, your favorite of our post tonight. I want to thank one of my TCE Premium members, Torrin Ellis. You can check him out at Torrin Ellis for his retweet and sharing of tonight's broadcast. We definitely appreciate the love, the support. If you are if you're making comments on our YouTube, let me know. Somehow I'll get someone to let me know so I can give you a shout out. I have so many windows open right now. It's almost scary, and I'm thinking I'm going to push the wrong button if I don't get this stuff squared away, so I don't want to push the wrong button. But we can see you by your tweets. Okay, guys, I don't know if you heard all my talking. Somehow Verizon cut me off. Wasn't me. So I don't know if our chatter can let you guys know what happened. Hopefully you saw a black screen. Wasn't me. Wasn't me. Even my phone died just now. So that's my hint that we're going to respect the power of the internet. But what I am going to do, again, I want those two reports. I'm putting them out there. I shout out some hot companies that are hiring right now, and I'm almost afraid to lose you guys again. So, but it wasn't the career engineer. It was Verizon. Only thing you need for wonderful internet access is the internet. Okay, you need the internet for wonderful internet access. But before I hit it, I just, some #1 companies, top companies in California, hiring right now, guys, hiring. And I want, as I'm sharing this with you guys, not only are these companies great for hiring, but they're also awesome for procurement and contracting. I'm not talking about government right now. I'm not talking about state or federal, even though California does some amazing work with procurement for small companies, women, minority, but mostly small vetted companies. So that's something for you to consider. But you also have a lot of the companies, just private entities, who look to work with small companies, veteran-owned companies, women-owned companies, Latino companies, African-American companies, as long as you provide great, vetted, squared away goods and services. So that's something for you to think about. FooHoo. Who the heck is FooHoo? Has anybody heard of FooHoo? I'm going to ask my person monitoring on my list to definitely just use their phone. This is when computers go away to check out phone. Letitia, we got your response back. We lost power. We're no problem. We're flexible. We're moving on. But FooHoo, F-U-H-U. I'm not okay. Number one revenue in millions. A top company in California for 2013 per Inc. 5,000. Okay. 3-year percentage of growth 42,148. Are you kidding me? $117 million. FooHoo, ranked #1. I think it would be interesting to find out what these folks do. FUHU, again, ranked #1 for 2013 last year. New data will be coming out, of course, but hey, these guys have had the highest 3-year percentage of growth. When there's new talent or better volume, great business, there's a need for talent, something to think about. Second is Emerge Digital Group in California, Emerge Digital Group, all right? Over 3-year percentage of growth, 17%. Talent volume going up, also an opportunity for you, depending on what you provide as an entrepreneur, for contracting, procurement, goods, services. Maybe they need new TVs. Maybe they need new IT. Maybe they need a better, IT infrastructure, cybersecurity. Who knows? They're growing. This is what's important. They're growing. The third, ad roll, 15% 3-year growth, and it goes on and on. I mean, these cats, and here's what's really interesting too. Even though FooHoo, if I'm saying that right, FUHU, okay, had the highest growth over a 3-year period, 42%. All right, 42%. Their revenue was $117 million. However, there is a company that only had 5%, 5,000% growth over 3 years. Silver Spring Networks, if I'm reading this right, 5,867% growth. That's pretty incredible. Silver Spring Networks, but their revenue was $196 million. Lower growth, higher revenue. Isn't that an interesting concept? Lower growth, higher revenue. Think about it. Over a 3-year period. There's someone I would really want to find out more about, Silver Spring Networks. Why don't you check them out and see what they're all about? But again, some really interesting, great things here. There's there's hundreds of this list. There's over 8 pages of these companies showing their percentage of growth, showing the millions that they've made for last year across this entire state. So there is opportunities. It takes you to do due diligence. When I tell people to find 100 companies they want to work for, 30 or 20 or what have you, is doing this type of due diligence, this type of research that makes it happen. Now, what I am going to do, I am going to tweet this, but I'm also going to, again, hopefully you've liked our page. I am going to put this on our like page. Let me give a shout out to Jenny Ann. She liked our on-air live link we put on Facebook. I told you I'm doing all kinds of things. Stacy L. Hugo, thank you for your like on our Facebook page. Joy Wansley, thank you for your like on our Facebook as we were talking about being live here in a few minutes. Lady V, also known as Wanchetta Rudisil, thank you for your like and support of what we're doing here. I want to give those shout outs out there. And again, somebody will hit me or throw a ball or let me know if there's anyone else commenting on the YouTube. I'm going to put this link about, again, these amazing companies that are listed up here. I mean, I get incredibly excited when I see things like this. I'm putting this on my Facebook page right now. Top companies in California. So you guys can go and check that out. I mean, it's some good information. Remember, look at business growth, look at increase in volume. Good business is great business. When someone's doing good business, they will increase volume, they will increase talent. That's what the headhunters do, right? They're looking for businesses who are doing extremely well, and they want the right talent. Let me say push up to positive directions for being a new liker on our page. We thank you for stopping by on our Don't Get Anxious page and liking us. So, folks, as we wrap some of this up, and I think what I'm going to do moving in the future is as we come together here, and I want to be, again, good stewards of everyone's time, especially my time's very important. We want to make sure we give you career procurement information intelligence so you can change the game on your Monday morning, because it's very important that we all do all that we can to love our Mondays. So let me give you a couple quick closeouts really quickly. Remember, March 31, very important day to get your health care coverage. Leave the politics at the door. If you don't have coverage, get coverage. Hit healthcare.gov.com. No, I'm sorry, healthcare.gov, so you can find out where you need to get enrolled. If you don't want to use the website, reach out to your localities, the urban leagues in your neighborhood, social service departments. You can find the help you need if you really want to find the help you need. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Career Engineer on Twitter. Like us down at our Facebook page, our Like Us page. In fact, let me put my lower third back up there for you. I guess that went away when I lost my power. There you go. Make sure you like us on Facebook right there, and let us know that you stopped by. Make sure you Google TCE Job Stop. You can Google that, put the name of any of those companies. I just gave you over 500 companies, and even the top 50 companies who are doing some great business in California. If you're looking to be a part of their talent team, go for it. If you're looking to contract and procure, go for it. You can do anything once you put your mind to it. I want to thank you for tuning in with us today. You can watch this on demand anytime once we're done here live. And again, we apologize for a little faux pas, but that wasn't me. That was Verizon. I think that's an East Coast company, too. What does that say about things? Thank you for sharing your time with us. And as we always say, don't get anxious. Always be prepared. Thank you. God bless. And we will see you soon.